to the MGM MarketAbilities podcast. This is, I believe, episode 39.
That's right.
Wow.
Out of how many?
39.
39. 39 out of 39. And today we are going to talk about some marketing trends, right?
The biggest.
The biggest ones.
The best.
2022.
So we got like TikTok. That's a trendy thing right now, right?
TikTok is trendy.
Yeah, because it puts a lot of things in people's faces, and that's the thing
does.
that they use to look at stuff.
Yes.
I'm being serious,
He's so
though.
eloquent,
It's-
isn't
yeah.
It is a sort of phenomenon.
TikTok is.
And-
It's
Oh my
blown up.
gosh.
I was
It's
talking to
huge.
somebody, it was a friend of mine, and they were like, I see a lot of people that I follow on like social media, whether it's artists or performers or whatever have you, where they use their TikTok more for just sort of to market and share the other things that they put more time into,
Yes.
like their YouTube channel or their music or
Got it.
their art. But they go on TikTok and they're like, oh, look at my art. Now come follow me here. And it kind of is interesting because the way that TikTok works is it's so aggressive. It's in the most aggressive social media, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
It is, totally.
Because
in
they
your
expect
face.
you to look at like, what is it? Somewhere around like 20, 30 videos a minute or something. It's like, they expect you to like go boom, 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 boom
Yeah.
through these things. And so like, short and sweet, impactful videos that people are going through is what gets shot to the top of the algorithm. So like, it's probably not 20, maybe somewhere closer to 15. Let's be a little more reasonable. Some people have attention spans. But they want you to look at a lot of these. And I fall victim to it sometime too, where I'm just like going through like 4 or 5 of them. I'm like, what? I'm still scrolling through it. But it's so aggressive and it's like hyper aggressive marketing.
It is.
For some people, it's what has gotten them famous or driven up their like music sales or
Yeah.
whatever. There's a lot of like, it's become a trend now, TikTok songs, where it's like a song will become repopularized due to it being reused over and over again.
Right,
in
they do.
TikTok
They
videos.
have
Yeah.
they have something now, when you choose your music or whatever, it's like TikTok sounds or TikTok phrases or, things that people are saying or using or doing on TikTok.
And
Yeah.
what does that do for like the sales of those songs? Like, I'm sure
It's
it
top of
explodes
mind
them.
awareness for sure.
Well, and technically you're getting paid from your PRO, like ASCAP or BMI.
That's
All those
right.
artists are getting a little bit of a chunk, and I'm not sure the ratios on that, but yes, those artists are actually getting paid for that.
Right.
But the hope is that it leads them to their Apple Music.
Oh, 100%.
or,
Oh, totally.
to a lesser extent, their Spotify or a Bandcamp
Or a
something.
show.
Or a show, a
Yeah.
physical show. That's the big money.
100%. I can't tell you the times that I have, because I'm old, taken a screenshot of whatever song or music that I heard on TikTok. Not that I would necessarily want to use it for another video, but I'm like, I love that song. And I would say 60 to 75% of the time it's an unknown. It's an independent. It's someone who's just trying to get their music out there. There's one guy that's really gone after the wedding market. He says, play this one at your next wedding or whatever. And he just made it right there on TikTok. And people know what we're trying to do. I mean, we try to help each other. And a lot of times people will jump on there and say, hey, I'm unknown today. Help me be a superstar tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And people are all over that.
Yeah, so I got to be honest, I deleted TikTok
Oh,
Like the whole thing?
like months ago.
From the entire internet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
dude. Well, you're not part of the 700 million users then.
I'm not. It got dangerous where I just sit there and I just scroll and I scroll and I'm like, wow, 30 minutes later, I haven't done a single thing with my life.
It's a big attention hog.
yeah, I get
And
it.
it's good at it. Like,
But it's
however
really good for marketing and you guys should use it.
No doubt, man. I mean, to the tune of took in $4 billion in revenue last year. Or no. Hang on.
See, that seems low.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. So what they did was they look at the span of, TikTok started in 2017, I think. And so they've got a graph here, a chart here that shows in 2020, 2021, and present day. And it says that TikTok ads has climbed, the ads have climbed 99 times since launch. So like a 100% increase. over viewership
That's
and
crazy.
participation and money. And social shoppers expected to spend $39 billion last year, an increase of 33%. So, yeah. And experts say the social commerce will see continued growth into 2023. Big surprise, right?
It's the lifeblood
That's where
of
everybody's
advertising.
attention is.
Yeah.
It is,
You know?
but you're so right, man. When you start scrolling, like set an alarm or know that you're going to get up at a certain time because they want you to go down the
Yeah.
hole.
So if you have an iPhone, you can set up app the time limits on like on
apps.
certain apps.
Yeah.
Please do that on social media, otherwise you'll
yeah.
get trapped.
yeah,
I need to do that for Twitter or something. But
Reddit.
that is the
Wow, Brandon, the confessions are coming out.
that is the power of those platforms. Though, is like you can get sucked into them pretty easy.
it's
yeah.
designed to do that.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I've even caught it lately. We watched that movie a year or so ago where they talked about how. So what was that called? The social media experiment, where whatever the name of that. It's
yeah.
a real eye opener if you haven't seen it.
Yep.
I wish we could remember the name. Think about that, Brandon. But anyway, they have little alarms. They want you to come back to your phone. If you're not on your phone, they're failing. So I've noticed of late that they'll say somebody like Nate Tope, who I adore. He's a great videographer. He's a great
Yeah.
photographer, just an all-around great guy. And it's like, oh, Nate just posted a new video. No, he didn't. He posted it last night, and I saw it already.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me? Because they know that I might come back for Nate's work,
Yeah, because you liked it.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, or even just glanced at it,
Yeah.
and maybe I didn't watch the whole thing and they need me to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's like so-and-so reacted to your post. No, they did that last night at
Yeah.
like 7:00. No.
Is it the Social Dilemma? Is that
Yes.
the
Yes,
documentary?
yes.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, you need to, because the depiction of the body just as a robot, I mean, that's how they've got us, just like this, when we're dialed in. Unlike Lucas here, superpowers, deleting TikTok.
I mean, it's just TikTok. I still get sucked into Instagram, Facebook. So
Yeah. So anyway, and how are you connecting though? You got to connect the two now and stuff. Get it back. Get it back. Just download it. We need it for clients.
okay, fine, I'll get it back.
Get it back. All right. So what else? What do you guys? We
Set
know
an
about
8-minute
this
time limit. Anyways,
on this show.
no,
which-
on whenever I download TikTok again.
Interestingly enough, we're at 8:48 on this show.
yeah, roughly.
You think so? It's enough. We just get out now.
This is different. This is valuable.
This is
information.
valuable.
Yeah.
This isn't
Yes.
me shaking a dog's paw.
That'd be really cute.
So
You
cute.
think you could get a
Dang
dog in here
it! I should have used a different example.
and do that? That'd be really cool.
So
It'd probably be our
cute.
most viewed podcast.
Oh man, actually, one of the ladies at this conference I just attended, the Enterprising Women, I'm going to give them a shout out. 2 shows in a row there. Monica doing a great job, but
Great
they
job,
began
Monica.
with how you have to work together. It's got the big dog that's been taught to open the door, but you got the little dog underneath who's never going to be able to open the door, but he knows to hang with the big dog. So you can, I mean, that's kind of a bad analogy though, because it's like, oh, you're always the big dog and I'm always going to be the small dog.
I mean, if you guys grow proportionally, then yes.
Yeah, but if you're like if you're like a Pomeranian, I guess that just means you're always going to be like cripplingly small and annoying. I see the analogy falls apart.
I think
get
Brandon
mail.
just called you a Pomeranian, small
Hey.
and annoying.
Pomeranians are fierce.
They are loyal. They are loyal.
Well, and fierce. I mean, they will
Yeah.
bark your head off, right? Like, it's a lot.
I think every dog's loyal. I think that's part of the animal.
We have to really think who's in on the podcast on certain days. I think we should do entrance interviews.
Yeah. Okay. Well, get us back on track.
Yes. Okay. Talk about those trends. Those
Marketing.
very important trends. Yes.
What? What's the next trend?
Marketing. Well, we've talked about it a lot on this show, but part of our job is to remind you. E-commerce is where it's at, really. If you have a service, you need to be selling that sucker online as well as in your brick and mortar or, over a podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
Because people want to find you. It needs to be readily available. And you're just doing yourself a disservice and you're really just hacking off one channel of income there, if you're not taking advantage of that. But guess what? We haven't done it because I've been told we can market these as a show or an instructional piece and sell it. Have we? No, we give it away. There you go. Lucas goes, we are so taking our 39 episodes to masterclass.
Yes.
Just wait.
Yep. We'll see what they say.
Or Skillshare, what is it? Yeah.
Right.
All of them.
Hey,
Just
Skillshare.
every one of them.
Yep.
Hit us up again.
Masterclass. We're not fancy. I mean, I'm wearing my Bristol Bay shirt. You remember this, though, is a reminder that we go anywhere in the world to shoot commercials. We were in the middle of the Bering Sea, right? For a client. I was on a boat for 6 hours. Smelly salmon coming in. But I loved it. We got some great shots.
Please tell me that Smelly Salmon was the name of a guy that you met.
No. They made a lot of
dang
money
it.
with salmon.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A
100%.
lot of
Yeah.
that Alaskan salmon.
I had a friend who went out there, went fishing, and they will like put all your fish that you catch in a cooler and ship it back to you.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll make you pay for everything. Yeah.
We flew into Naknek, Alaska, right? You're like, what? People don't send suitcases to Naknek, okay? First of all, women, there aren't a lot of women in Naknek. There are a lot of fishermen, men with like big beards, and they have coolers. That's all that's coming down the conveyor belt. Coolers. I'm like, clothes? They're like, oh, they don't worry about that. They just like wear one set of clothes there. So it's weird. Like no luggage in Naknek.
So if you're a cooler company, this is who you sell to.
That's right.
Yeah.
You set up in Naknak.
Well, growing media we can bridge that neck gap right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We have a knack for Naknak.
We can take product photos
Knack.
or videos of it.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's meeting that need, guys.
I have
It's
a
what you
phone
do.
going off.
It's
My
what
bad.
you do. It's what he set his alarm. He's been on social
It's a
too long.
spam call from Florida.
But anyway, we know about the social media. We've talked about all that. You know, I mean, these notes that we've written here, we want to make sure we get through all of them. We've also learned the importance of late, and we talked about this for several days, in fact, and we're going to share it with you now. We know about Google reviews. We know about Yahoo. We know about Bing. We know about Yelp. Do you know there are more than 200 outlets? So if you're truly trying to build that SEO, just make sure all that's in place. People may not realize the importance, but the only way you're ever going to get that big standing in Google is to make sure all of your housekeeping, all that behind the scenes stuff is as it should be.
And how do they do that, Angie?
Well, Google has made it a little difficult. I don't know if you guys have tried of late, but when you go on and you're making sure all your information is correct, they're going to want to send you a postcard for verification. The worst form of trying to make that connection because, I mean, some people don't even get their own mail, you know, and so it goes by the wayside. But when you commit and you're trying to update that Google profile, wait for the postcard, make sure you receive the postcard and finish the steps there, and then you can jump in. You can start asking people for reviews, put it on your byline, your address line there, because it's important. And you don't want to pay for SEO because it's so expensive and you have to continue to pay for SEO or you plummet. But to build it organically, just make sure all of those things are in place and you'll be surprised.
And if they want to go deeper, they can ask Growing Media for a consultation.
We would love that.
Yeah.
We have people.
There's so many people.
We're going to get more people.
It's incredible the amount of people we have.
Yeah. And we're going to get more people. Did I say that already?
Yes.
Yeah, and
you literally
and
just
they're-
repeated it.
They're specialists.
More people.
They're specialists.
Oh, they are. Yeah,
that
they're
specialize
I am pretty special.
specialists.
in
Look at Brandon
understanding-
loved that he said that. But, you know, that because we're encouraged. We know that you're out there, you're an entrepreneur, you have an idea. I mean, you have stuff that's going to just change the world and it needs to be coming to market and we can help you do it. We happen to have that word in our name. I mean, that's how good we are, right?
Yes, that clarifies goodness.
Right. Growing media, marketing, MarketAbilities. You need to get your stuff to market.
To the market.
Who would you call if you wanted to go to the market?
Yep. And to the network.
That's private.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we're adaptable.
We are
We have
adaptable.
a massive kit of things that we can cover.
Yes, we do.
I think what gives us a major edge over pretty much any of our competition is our ability to cover just about anything.
Oh, no
And
doubt.
so, like, whatever you think you're selling and whatever you think you need, we can cover that.
No doubt. Especially since we've got the market on millennials, young people. I mean, we have all ages covered, I think, in this building. So we can be attractive, I think, to your target market.
Just to clarify, we do not have child laborers.
No, we don't. I mean, what are millennials? What's that age group? I'm pretty sure that's not child labor.
It's like 30.
Right. Thanks, Lucas.
Yeah,
Is
that's
millennials
me.
are now 30?
It's like 27 to like 40 or
All right.
something.
Well, what about those two guys we have that are in very low 20s,
Gen Z.
early
Z.
20s, Gen Z? Mm-hmm. We got it covered.
Or if you're in England, Gen Z.
Yeah. They say weird words over there.
They do.
So one thing we were speaking about before we started was sort of nostalgia marketing,
Oh, totally.
which has been I've seen a big boost in that lately. I
Right.
was just walking through the store the other day and I did see like a Doritos bag that was like the classic 80s Doritos bag.
Oh,
And like that's sort of interesting because it seems like, everyone says stuff always comes back around, but in product
why?
advertisement, not really.
right.
But there's been a big push for it lately for things to look like the 90s and the 80s.
Even before that.
What I've seen is people using like 80s music for their commercials or something, and it kind of
And the
brings
old
people back into that
graphics,
into
yeah.
that moment.
Yeah,
and then they're like,
the old bubble letters
and
and
they start
bubble
dancing
numbers.
and-
Well, one of the most
It's been
popular
done, dude.
One of
Yeah.
the most popular TV shows of all time right now is Stranger Things, and that whole thing is like 80s nostalgia, like from
Right.
top to bottom.
Those of us who
need to
lived
watch
in
that
the
show.
80s, we never left it. I mean, we loved the heavy, the hair bands and all of that good stuff. But for younger kids who never experienced it, that's why it's making that return, because it was good, right?
Yeah.
And if you relaunch it,
cool.
people it's so cool. I mean, it's so cool. I mean, the other thing that we do have to touch on that was huge 2022, and I love how we're doing a recap of the year, and it's October. But cannabis, I mean, you cannot deny it. It's everywhere now on every corner. And, I will tell you, initially, there was a lot of red tape to overcome there to market that. Your CBD, your THC places that are very beneficial for a lot of people. I get it,
Yeah.
So it's become easier to market, as you know, but that's definitely not to be discounted. We're talking, again, billions and billions of dollars, and actually making a difference for a lot of people who perhaps were on pain meds before, and now they use either the oil on their knees or their joints, no pun intended, or, the CBD. CBD THC that helps with inflammation, and look out.
That might be one of the best puns I've heard in weeks. That was so good.
All right, babe. That was so good. All right, so good that I think we're going to end on that, right? Should we
It's time to wrap it up.
wrap it up?
Well, you know what Snoop Doggy Dogg always says about cannabis,
Love
right?
him.
You know
Yes.
his famous cannabis phrase:
What's that?
"Smoke weed every day."
No,
No?
do not.
Don't do that?
We're
Oh,
not.
okay, cool.
We're not for. We are not.
We're not for Snoop
suggesting
Dogg.
that.
He's great at marketing.
Look.
What if you have glaucoma?
He has wine
A
now.
lot of people like that. Oh,
We-
I know.
We were
with
talking
Martha.
about wine earlier.
With Martha.
Yeah.
I think wine was the other
Stewart?
show. Yes, Snoop Stewart.
Okay.
But hey, companies, if you want to stay on top, these trends are important. So we do have a lot of fun with them. We laugh at them, but you got to innovate based on the trends. And heck, before you know it, you're just poised to be on top, right?
It's all about perception.
No, there's the pen drop. I think that's the
That
end
was
of the
a
episode.
mic drop.
No, there's a
Okay.
pen.
It was. You picked that up anyway.
Can you edit in like a little explosion sound?
Right.
as it
Probably
falls?
not.
No.
Peace
Peace
and wealth and happiness.
Goodbye.
and good vibes.